Hello everyone, welcome to the reaction to the second of the, I think the last one was in June as well, of the June live streams. This time focusing on my bread and butter being Studio Series. You know I love some Studio Series stuff. I'm very excited about this thing. Why is this an hour though? They only have to reveal all the stuff that was already... What else are they revealing? I'm curious about what else they got in store for us, because we already got all the other stuff. Like, everything was leaked, and that does not take an hour to talk about, unless they are gonna give us a full-on Transformers review of every single figure that they're gonna reveal. No way it's an hour. Let's hop into it. I'm curious about this, because, blue legs.
Alright, welcome Transformers fans.
Hello.
Transformers Tuesday. I'm Nate.
Yeah, I hate this. You should have waited until next week.
So excited to have you back.
I don't have money. I'm broke. I need to wait until July until I can pre-order these idiots.
For a while. There's a lot of things. 86 Megatron.
Yay!
Yep, he's here.
Mega Man! Such a big fan.
Not everything is
I hate the one from Dramatic Capture Series.
Here. We're gonna go over all the
Loose
fine
legs.
details of him. If you have any questions, please throw them in the comments. Again, we want to make sure that you guys have the information.
When are we getting skits and mud flap?
Designed it.
One of the designers.
I don't know. First thing popped into my head when he said question.
Tommy. Yeah. And also did the Fallen. He's like the tank dude. So
Yeah. So incredibly excited. We have a lot of things to go over. So of course,
Well, not really that much, but there's a couple of
live for
things.
Pre-order at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're not doing any exclusives today. This
Dang it!
Studio Series last fan stream was
Well,
Age of the Primes.
Yep.
That's why we had.
I kind of hope that
Today, we
the
got
sites
Studio
that I
Series
use
exclusives.
wait
We're
a
gonna
week
go
for
over
pre-order,
a
because
couple
I really want to get these
1
guys,
p.m. almost
and
channel. So it should be pretty. a lot
I need
simpler
to
than
wait
the
until
last
like
speech I
next
had
week
for
on
the previous
Friday
ad for
until I
Age of
can
the
get
Primes.
money.
may or may not have a few surprises.
Yes, we do have some, and I'm glad you
Surprise
mentioned
us.
that. So we are going to have our.
They're gonna talk about the
very first fan poll question,
what was it
which
called
I'm very
again?
excited about.
Timelines, I think. The Hearts of
We
Steel one.
often say,
I don't know.
"Evan, what do you think the
What else would they do?
fans would think about
Are they
this?"
gonna
And you
talk
say,
about next year?
"What's the time we're on?" Sometimes we
Are they
just
gonna
say,
reveal
"Here's the
skits on mud
question."
flap? No, they're not.
I think you're gonna
Sorry,
realize. So stay
skits is
tuned,
in my
stay
head
to
because
the end, 'cause we
close to my
really
house
want
there's
your
a
answers. Truly, we really want your answers.
Chevy
Answers,
Spark.
I'm gonna get into later. We are also gonna show, I think for the first time in a while, at least since Devastator, some gray models, early prototypes,
Ah!
and I believe this is the very first time you'll see any.
We're gonna see
2026
2026 figures. What? No way.
We didn't just want to throw up a.
What do you mean?
We wanted to actually show you some of the development, kind of let you guys see the very beginning and things like that.
But
So
why
we're very
now? That's
Yes,
like
this is
end of the year
really,
stuff,
really
right?
And we're also going to respond to some fan comments, which I think is also
What?
a first time.
Oh, that's
It
why
is.
it's an hour.
We got a lot.
I gotta talk to the
Everyone
comment
across saying,
section.
Can you please just show Megatron?
Yes.
So let's show you.
Oh, they're starting with
Studio
Megatron. I was
Series
expecting
86
Widowmaker.
Megatron, trust me.
What is
We know
that box? Look at
you've
the
seen
empty
images of
space
this,
in
we
that
appreciate
box. Are
your
you
patience,
kidding
but
me?
now we have-
There's so much empty
have the
space.
design with Evan.
There he is, and his
Evan.
legs are not bluish. They're kind of bluish, but they're bluish.
It's 86 Megatron.
I wonder if they're gonna
Everybody's
talk
been
about
waiting for
that.
This guy for quite a while.
God, he looks so good. I
Out there.
love the way that he looks. I need him in my collection.
Design. It really just.
Oh my God, look at the back of the legs. That is the only evidence of like...
What are your questions?
Tank.
So the question, obviously, I've seen you.
The other one has like the
do
threads on like the
Comic-Con.
back.
is
This
a
guy
discussion that's
compresses
been
it into the
around for
legs. I
goodness,
need you in my
probably
collection.
Decades at least.
A couple years, ever since I've been doing like San Diego Comic Con.
It looks so good, dude.
Question of blaster or tank, and I've always been very upfront that he will always
Blaster.
be a tank.
Dang
Just
it.
because we can't.
Legal.
Yeah.
It is a. Legal
Yeah, I know. It's a
guideline,
legal thing. They
that's-
can't do it, but he
that's
still
about
comes
as
with his
transparent as we get. That's
gun,
literally
I
what
guess.
The issue is, we're not trying to change canon, but I do love,
Well,
at least in Transformers Devastation, where he's a tank.
I mean, you could have actually done like a different type of gun, technically. Look, I'm not upset about the tank. Okay, I've accepted it. But like, you could have done like a laser pistol version of that gun.
We wanted to give you both though. So he does come with his tiny blaster form that you can.
You
use
can
for
hold that, right?
any of Your other like Decepticons to hold my.
But it
fingers.
doesn't have,
First
like,
one,
the
obviously,
bottom
when he
thing.
holds it and goes, and he blows Braun away.
Don't you go whoever again.
But
Woo!
to be honest, when we
So
were first
stupid.
talking about revealing him before he got revealed.
It looks
I was
pretty
just gonna
good.
put
I like the way
blaster
that he
on the
looks.
table and just leave the tank off. And
We got
just do-
scooped.
Well, yeah, a little bit. And
But
just
look
go,
at him.
Look, we figured out mass compression, and then it's like, oh no, not really. But really just happy with this figure overall.
It looks amazing. And here I thought that Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, which I still actually mess with to this day, was like the best figure of the year. This thing might actually be.
Just a little bit, and then he can bring it forward.
Oh yeah.
So that he can do a lot more of his iconic poses.
Oh my God, you can do
Whenever
that.
he fires his
Butterfly joints.
animation, he's always holding it like this, like with his hand like that. And I'm assuming that's because that's how the original toy was back in the day. So
Yeah, that was always kind of stupid.
Kind of put his hand down. No, in the animation, he's always holding it like that. So he can do both.
Obviously, they call that wrist swivel. What do you mean?
But yeah, he comes with
Being
a sword
able
that
to
he
do
uses
both
to
is
almost
just
fade
the
the
use of
Optimus
wrist
Prime.
swivel.
That was something I wanted to put in there. There's a good representation
Just
of
rotate the
the
wrist around, you can do both. Like, what?
just to kind of show off some.
He's got a coat on his titty. What? Look at the coat on his window
He's a
titty.
little bit taller than Optimus, as I think everybody.
I
agrees
actually
he
like
should
the
be.
Commander
So
class
here he is
Optimus
next to
Prime
Studio
figure,
Serie
even though
86
people complain
Optimus
about the
Prime.
backpack. I still like him a lot.
Millimeters taller. So he has. Just
How does he
great
compare to
proportions.
Galvatron, though? That is
really
my
wanted to make sure and get in
question.
there and get that. Obviously, in tank mode, rolls.
As rolling things should, M-Go and all. That's what he says, right? Is that what? Isn't that a thing that M-Go
And
says?
Talk about
I don't know.
how you landed on this form of the tank.
Oh, certainly. So
This is the only way we were able to do it.
This is actually we based it off of a prototype tank that was never produced in the 80s.
What?
And, it ended up being called like the Armored Blaster System or something.
It
like that.
actually has an origin story.
That is,
Sounds like a
that is literally, yeah, that's literally what Megatron should be. So that's what we based a lot of this off of.
Oh, that's pretty cool. An
we saw
80s
this
tank
great
type of
job.
thing.
We, like,
Wait,
in the original kickoff doc over to Takara Tomy, I kind
what
of
about
mentioned
the
it would be great
rotation,
if
the
we could
turret
actually
rotation in
focus a
tank
lot of
mode?
tank transformation into the legs because he has a lot of leg mass. So there's a lot that you.
Hey,
can
does
do
he
there,
have
and
good
we can
hands,
give
or
him,
does he
like,
have the
a
garbage
monster
hands
backpack
from
we've
Optimus
been
Prime?
doing.
That's my question.
And yeah, it gave him a nice, sleek silhouette.
I feel like people might complain about those things at the bottom of the back of his leg, but that's kind of like heel support in a sense, so I don't care.
This reminds me a lot of the Takara Tomy masterpiece, and like there's just like no
In robot mode, he looks perfect, and this is what I wanted out of a tank Megatron.
The way you can even identify
Perfection.
That this LP converts into a tank.
Back in
is
legs.
the
Shut up.
treads, which you can kind of see on the back,
hanging out on the back of his legs.
Other than that, I mean, are there
Yeah.
any details I'm missing? But other than that, I really don't even see anything that is not from even season 1, season 2.
The only problem is he doesn't come with the mace flinging around.
If you want to play with that toy, its transformation is insane.
But it looks weird in the box.
Yeah, but no, this was just kind of doing the best we could with what we had, and this is what happened. And I'm just really happy, really proud of it.
I'll be right back. I gotta fix this shit. Oh my god, dude.
The side skirts were actually a big priority.
There's that person with a dog inside of the house, and Shadow doesn't like that.
Part of his silhouette that we wanted to make sure it was there. He has.
I wasn't expecting her to bark like this, though.
Rotating wrists. Yeah, really, just it's a great figure overall.
No, it looks fantastic. I still can't get over how patient you were with 86 segment with holding Megatron at 2025. It's very impressive. I know you have a long
What was
every
that?
year, it's like, let's do 86 Megatron. It's like hold. Like,
There's a plan.
yeah. But yeah, really just happy with how he came out.
No, he looks.
But hey, who was
fantastic.
holding
Again, pre-orders, one
Megatron right there in the on the back of the box? What's that blue arm about? But he looks really good.
Studio Series 2025.
Like for me, it was always like I don't want tank bits on the robot mode, and I don't. Outside like the back of the legs kind of thingy, but nothing. What else do we have here?
Yes,
Alright,
the
got
rumors
him.
are true.
You mean the leaks?
Unchanged, non-redecoed. This is the original sculpt. You know.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset about this figure being released, but that's because I paid 180 for it with like a crack in the gun. So I have a review of that out on the channel, or was it 160? One of the two. And now they're re-releasing it. But I didn't know that when the movie logo isn't even colored. Come on, dude. Just color the movie logo on the back.
COVID, but also what you and Mark have done and just the designs and obviously.
This thing is a great figure. If you do not own this idiot already, buy him.
You guys have really taken
Really good figure.
Gosh, this is not what I remember Transformers being like. These are so amazing.
Well, one of the things that I think really sold this is when we sold and we showed. That we
But
were
for
gonna
me,
do
this
all
means I can
focus
save some money,
leader
and I
stuff.
love that kind of
obviously,
stuff.
This was done by Hisui-san over at Takara Tomy, so it's freaking fantastic. He did
Ooh.
all the Dinobots, and we know that you all have been asking us please rerun him. We told you we will.
No, I've been asking you, give us the Age of Extinction Dinobots.
So if you missed him in the first time,
But I never
again,
said that in the
we
video, I
always
don't
wanna make
think,
sure
so you
that
didn't listen to
as
me.
best we can
Even though you
complete
couldn't,
collection.
technically.
Again, I know there's a
God, I want to go back to
Many
Iron
shows
Fist
that a
Season
lot of
2,
people
because that's
missed
what I've
out
been
on.
working on so far for the
Original
review and
flavor.
spoiler
Yeah, the
talk.
original flavor, he's back.
That one comes out at the end of November.
Yeah, I mean, of course, comes with wheelie.
It does come with wheelie. Comes with
I also have some
blaster,
boxes,
and
actually.
kind of
I got one
wraps
box in, like, last week. And that one contains, like, Legacy United's Final Wave. And I also have a package on the way that comes tomorrow, which is for the Sonic collab, plus also some older Legacy figures. And I'm not gonna make an open box or review them because of the fact that upcoming Saturday is when you get Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series Devastator Part 1 until we get done with it for the rest of July.
when we can. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I have some time to wait, so I'm gonna do some.
I think we're gonna go reverse
Usually you
order
start with the
Megatron.
deluxes, but hey, you know what? I'm not gonna complain.
Setting, yeah, exactly. Setting the pace here, exactly. So we've got 2 for our final wave in Voyager. Evan's grabbing those right now, and that is going to be, which one do you want to do first?
We're gonna start with Thundercracker.
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 Thank you for grabbing all of the
Blue
Seekers.
Starscream, basically.
Wanted to show him all.
Collection.
This is actually the only one. Oh, hey, it comes with that gun, the barricade gun, right?
Thundercracker is my personal favorite of the Seekers.
No.
Because he's blue.
Skywarp! I
Real
want
classic
Skywarp.
blue, obviously loves.
But I do not have that
All
wave
colors,
yet, even though I have some of
was a
wave 2. I don't have wave
Skywalker
1 yet. How does that
a
work
couple
of this
years
year?
ago. He used to, the years change. They change every day.
You are reminding me of.
I actually don't know if this guy was leaked. I thought it was someone else. Oh,
We
well.
were trying to see like what alt modes that kids were really drawn to,
Yeah.
and a lot of kids like would grab Thundercracker, and they would ask him why. And it's like because he's a blue jet, and everybody just and that was pretty much it. They weren't exactly sure who he was, but they were like,
But I want him.
It just looks cool.
yeah, and he just looks.
But I also want Skywarp, and
So,
I don't know when I'm going to
Thundercracker,
receive those two.
Here he is with the other Seekers. Happy to complete this trio. Obviously,
Would love to do it
Amazon
myself
has
as well.
done all of these, and
But I'm Skywarp fan.
something that we
But I
wanted to
think
do is we
actually
wanted
that
to
gun
make sure
came with
that each
Barricade.
head had a unique expression for all of them. And what we did is we actually followed the in-game models for some of their coloring. And what that means is if you watch any of the cutscenes in the game, they actually all have very different eye colors, which I thought was very
What?
interesting. Instead of all the Seekers having
I
red
never
eyes, they
noticed
all
that.
Kind of very
I didn't know that.
and Thundercrackers are actually kind of yellow, which was interesting. So we wanted to follow that, even though the art always shows them as red. Old game, they didn't exactly follow all the art when they were actually making the assets. We understand that working on movie stuff,
Yes, we
working off
do.
concept art constantly, but happy to get that out there.
Okay.
He comes with
Sure.
essentially.
I love the attention to detail.
expanded-sized version
Shows how
of,
dedicated they
his
are.
Machine gun, machine blaster, and then he has his melee weapon that they all kind of came with. But yeah, here he is.
Yeah, the
Here's
thing that just kind of drags the arm down because it's a bit heavy.
Yep.
At least on my Starscream.
Selections all the time. How do you choose the rollout of the Seekers? Have we always done Starscream first?
Yes.
Sometimes, I think Starscream's always the guarantee because he's the
course.
Seeker that everybody knows.
And also, it's Starscream and the
Starscream, he's the
repaints.
Blue is my favorite color, so I would always lean towards Thundercracker starting. People love Skywarp because
But
black
it's
and purple
Starscream.
is
You
that color
start with
combination, and people
Starscream.
just love Starscream, right? But more often than not, Starscream will usually lead the way since he's the leader of the Seekers.
Yep.
But yeah, here you go. You can complete your trio now. Yeah, if there's anything else.
I cannot because I don't have
Move
him.
on to our next Voyager.
No, I'm good if you're good.
Yeah, I'm definitely good. Obviously, he still has the arm swapping mechanic that the rest of them have because it's a War for Cybertron figure, so they can swap off their arm for their weapon.
As always.
Yeah, I think that kind of covers him. So we'll move on to a piece of Devastator.
A piece of Devastator.
Oh, yeah, right. We,
Favorite Constructicon.
Really? Yeah.
what?
Any particular reason why? Because he's a
Cement mixer.
Mixmaster.
80s cement mixer.
Exactly.
Before modern designs got weird and turned everything around. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Remember that Combiner Wars
Turn
one?
backwards? No.
Everything is looking good
Yeah,
now.
he's
Good.
Mixmaster. Voyager scale.
Already better than the Combiner Wars
So,
one.
Yeah.
With the fact that it's,
There
you
were
know, the
sections on
correct
why
way
some
and
of them
everything
Voyager,
makes
why some of them
sense.
Deluxe. Mixmaster is a Voyager because he's one of the feet, so we had to build in ratchets so that he could have an ankle tilt when he becomes Devastator.
Ah.
So that's definitely one of the reasons. Obviously, all the Constructicons were done by
And no waste rotation
also
either.
worked on the previous.
So I
version of
guess the
Devastator.
The feet are
taking
or
a
the
little
legs, I
range on
guess,
that,
are
putting him
the
in here.
Voyager class
It's a
figures.
fantastic
Arms
figure.
are deluxes,
He's a lot of
and then
fun.
Commander
I hope
for
you
the
all
middle part
Enjoy.
because of ratchets.
Like I said, I love this one.
Yeah.
And to get him again,
I like
this
movie
fall in
Mixmaster
1 year,
more, I will
incredibly
say
excited.
that.
Still
Mainly
waiting on
because of the
my-
Dark of
my
the Moon
commander.
game, but also I hate killing that
Voyager
idiot
back to
because
get
the
him
fact
out
that he's
very,
so
very soon.
annoying.
I know he's out there. Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Stop
I know he's out
blocking
there,
with
and
your
so
mix,
we've
the
seen, obviously,
drum
lots
things.
of
I don't
pieces
know.
you guys already collected,
Which
so
I've
we're
already
really
done a
excited to
review
see
of that guy. It comes out
No
in
surprise that
July, I
Devastator
think.
was going to be a huge hit with the fans.
Yep.
So really excited to get this out there. Again, the patience.
I'm
that you've
excited
shown
to obtain
to
this
wait
idiot,
until
but
this
I
point
have to
is
wait until next week
impressive,
because I'm
but
broke.
finally get him out-
Kind of. I'm
get him
not
out
really
here,
broke, but like in terms of buying Transformers figures, I'm broke.
Yeah. Let's just jump right to
Yeah,
that, and
let's
then we'll
let's
just-
go straight to us. I know there's been some images online of Scrapper, but also Devastator. So let's bring out Scrapper. Can you
We want to put them next to each other.
Scavenger!
Can you talk about
The Scavengers, boys.
On the fan page, a lot of conversation on.
He's the leader, right, of
scales
the
and that. It
idiot?
seems like a lot of fans understand.
Why
scale
can't
is
he
not
stand?
like Deluxe equals 4 inches and Voyager equals.
Yeah.
So can you kind of
Not
go
anymore,
into a
that
little
doesn't.
explanation on how you determine scales and really.
We already said
It's
that
really
because
more
of the
price point.
ratchets.
It's not even really necessarily the.
He said
height
because of the
figure,
ratchets.
Of the size of the figure. Like Bumblebee's a really good example in Deluxe, where he's typically smaller, but
Yeah.
where you're able to have like more deco and more accessories.
It is true. When we bump it up to Voyager, we have more tooling available towards us, which is usually what we need for internals on a lot of like these figures. So that's one of the big differences between like Mixmaster and Scrapper, Scavenger.
Scavenger. Sorry.
Scavenger!
Yeah, no, it's okay. I have a weird dyslexic thing where I always mix them up as well.
How dare you!
But yeah, thank you. So
Dyslexic, that's reading, right? 'Cause I get that. I have that stuff.
A ratchet actually built into the side of his waist.
Yeah, see?
And that's because when he becomes
No waist
Devastator,
rotation,
he
though.
needs that to support the full body and might
Devastator better have a waist rotation, otherwise I'm gonna...
onto him.
I will find
speaking
these two
of-
guys and I will
let's
fight
bring
them.
him out, bring him out.
I'll lose. I'll be
Here we
beaten.
go. We have our complete.
Yeah, he's got a
set
waist
right here.
rotation. You can see that there. Show me his bussy, because everyone's complaining about that one.
But yeah, I think he came together quite well.
He looks pretty good.
Awesome.
Show me the bus, because that's what everyone's complaining about.
You in silence.
That.
Just-
Look at that big thing hanging off the back. It's like everyone's complaining about
the
that.
previous version on my desk for so long, and
Yep.
like obviously the other one is bigger, but this one with modern articulation, modern like I'm certainly a sucker for the cartoon animation accuracy.
For me as well, I also am. Good to see that I'm not the only one.
But I think you guys just did such an incredible job, and it's scales.
got a
so
big
well.
gun.
Do you mind grabbing actually Optimus? Oh,
There was like
You
a...
good, Optimus? Oh
yeah.
Oh, hey, G1
Which is,
Optimus.
again to show the scale, which is
Why
like
not
pretty cool,
Megatron?
'cause again,
Show me Mega Man.
We have so many conversations about scale. And
Have
I
him
know
point
you
the
are such a
finger.
purist when it comes to
Be like, Devastator
these
attack.
differences, scale, and I know the fans appreciate. And then and you can see that actually, do you mind grabbing? I want to. I mean, might as well we have them show.
Why don't we just grab everyone?
Oh, I should have brought Sludge so we can.
Let's grab Widowmaker as well.
Oh God.
I can't
did
see
not
the
understand what
Voyagers
happened
anymore.
when
Oh.
Watching that scene.
The
Funny
Voyager is
story
gone.
about
Mixmaster.
Devastator is many years ago when Takara Tomy came to visit us,
Yeah.
and we were talking about what was going to happen in the future, and we were like, "Oh, so what are some ideas that you're thinking about?" We were out to dinner, and I was just talking with Hisui-san, and it was like, "Oh, I think Devastator would be very fun to do."
Yeah.
Before we even kicked it off, the next time they came and visited, he brought a block model, and it was just like, "Oh, okay, you've been thinking about."
Yeah,
this."
that's exactly.
Yeah, and everybody's reaction was, "Whoa, Devastator!" And everybody got super excited about it. It got everybody on board because we were still kind
Understandable.
of hesitating if we were going to do it all in 1 year or space it out from 2 years. Seeing the block model in person when they brought it,
All
shipped
in
it
1
to,
year.
We have to do it all in 1 year.
Of course.
So it's very exciting.
I like
It's
this whole
fun to do.
combiners in 1 year outside of
Or
Vortex, who
86
came out,
And
who
Studio
comes
Serie.
out this
And
year.
That was one of the differences
came out, it
from
comes out this
Metasaur
year.
Where, if I remember correctly,
The last
you
one.
developed Devastate all the pieces together, which is what you're just talking about, versus kind of in stages previously.
Normally, when we design combiners, everything is usually started all at once
Yeah.
in very rough form factors of
Understandable.
block model. Menasor was also developed like that, but at the end, the final piece had to be moved out of Wave
Yeah.
due to some logistics.
Yeah,
that came
then
up,
everybody
but
complained about the
happens.
fact that Breakdown didn't get
This one
released.
Made sure everybody in 1 year.
And then you re-release a G2 version of that
It's
idiot
devastating. I'm
exclusively,
pretty
which
happy
is
with them.
kind
I
of
hope
weird.
you
Why
all
not
are
just
as well,
re-release
and
that one?
I hope you all have fun building and playing with them.
I do not even have a
More
single piece of him.
details On,
I want them!
Scavenger. just want to make sure we don't.
They are high on my list.
I mean,
Combiners. I have Menasor though, and I like him, even though one of the arm ratchets exploded. So it's not like he can't use the arm. Well, he can use it, but it falls down too easily.
It's one of those things where when you're talking about the individual Constructicons, I immediately go to, well, they make Devastator, so let's talk about Devastator. Yeah.
And I didn't notice it until later, and then I couldn't really talk to the site anymore.
And
because it was too late, you know?
Again, I know we've talked about this with fans a bunch.
So I didn't even bother.
We really are encouraging you to collect these this year in 2025.
I have them on pre-order. They just need to arrive outside of the two idiots that are here.
They're not doing a gift set.
There's no plans for a gift set for
Really?
26 or 27
Why not?
right now.
Yeah.
We are knee deep in 2027 planning.
Sorry, what now?
We're not planning a box set for
You're knee deep in 2026 planning,
and
right?
it's intentional, to say that
Nah, they
we
already
do
know what they're
one, but
releasing
again,
next
we
year.
want to make sure that there's some.
But like Devastator is one of the, if not the original combiner that we saw in G1's show. So I want him. He's the one that I didn't get from. Yay! Super excited.
Later on in this fan stream, actually.
What? You're gonna talk
just wanted to
combiners?
Put that out there again because I feel like, well, I heard them say this, but I don't believe that's like. I can tell you again, there's no plans for a box set.
I don't really care because I'm getting these idiots.
But who knows for the future? We do love.
And then I'm not gonna get the
our
box
G2.
set.
There's all sorts of different options. Obviously, there's the toy accuracy that we've talked about as well. But
if there's anybody that knows how to redeco, it's the Transformer team. So yes, redeco.
Or the Transformers fans. They could also do it.
Maybe not right now.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But okay, shall we move on to the other deluxes?
Let's do it.
Okay.
So that wraps up.
So which one are you doing
the last
first?
Wave of Voyager. So again, that's Mixed Master from
The last
86,
wave of Voyage. This feels
from
so weird. We're in
Cybertron.
June, for crying out loud.
We're always remembering to being the
But it makes me happy, but because that might mean maybe more towards the end of the year I can save up money for next year's figures.
So we just did Scavenger. You want to do Elite 1 since we've already had our pre-order?
Certainly.
Elite 1? Wait.
So here's
Oh, right.
the
I forgot this one.
Transformers
This one was
Elite
revealed
We
last
launched
year.
this pre-order. Goodness, I think 6 months ago in
Yes,
the movie
with a
here.
prototype model.
With a prototype model, painted model. So
She
this
has
is-
heels. I promise you. She will stand. Yeah, that was great. The prototype model that we had for that stream back then had been used for the stop motion animation. So they had drilled into the feet and they had removed the heels. And it was just like, oh, come on,
was
please.
Such a scramble to get a model.
They had no heels.
I'm so pleased how they did her character in the
I
film.
forgot that
really,
because of the
really
fact
well
that they
done.
revealed
Really
this
like
one
her,
last
and,
year. I
glad she
forgot
gets
this
kind
one
of
was
a
like
moment
last wave
to
of this year.
shine. But yeah, talk to us about the design.
Certainly. So worked with Tajima-san over at Takara.
I've already got this figure pre-ordered. Wait, I think I actually do. I'm gonna grab my phone.
Factor. She's very spindly and all leg.
Spindly. Never call Alita spindly again.
We gave her a tracker blaster, which is like that generic blaster that you kind of see everybody using in the film. She can use it like.
Yeah, I just got an email
and
from
she
the
also
site.
comes
There's
with
like
the mining jet
order
pump
is on
that
its
they
way.
I was just looking at that.
Yeah, and we made sure that this
Sir
jetpack
and
can
or
actually
madam.
connect to
It's
Retcon,
sir.
Bumblebee, Optimus.
Don't worry about
So
it.
it works with all those characters as
Where's
well.
the site that I ordered this
She has great
from?
articulation.
There we
She's
are.
got knees, ankles. She's got her
Heads and toes.
wonderful bicep ball joints
Oh
as
my
well.
god, there were
We
also
showed
figures that
them.
are
What
on
is
pre-order
that
right
here?
now that I
What's
want.
that?
For re-release of
Oh,
Earthrise
so
figures.
everybody believes me when I say
Let's
that?
see here.
Yeah,
You.
can
I think I have to
absolutely
click
do
on
that.
here.
She actually has.
me
a
log
really
into
neat
the bad boy.
transformation, that I don't think
Stack
is something that we've done before
items.
that I found absolutely fascinating when Ajima-san sent it to us. So her rear wheels.
Yeah, so
actually
I've already
fold in
pre-ordered
half
her.
when she transforms, and it becomes her chest.
Oh my god, it's in the
It's
same
very
set as
fascinating.
Transformers
So the
1
wheels
Bumblebee
actually
and
fold,
Sentinel
but then they can
Prime.
still rotate. So it's
And
really neat.
Mix
It's something that I
Mass.
don't
No,
think we've
Bone
done
Crusher and
before.
Scrapper. Oh no, I'm not getting the Constructicons until the end of the year. The first two Constructicons and also Bumblebee and Sentinel Prime ran up for pre-order at the same time as this
so-
idiot.
Really cool. She's got some.
So I ordered them all together. I'm not getting them until I might not
Have
even
fun
get
collecting
Devastator till next
The
year.
whole cast now. So that's the.
Ah no.
Yep.
We've got the whole team there.
Yeah.
And
it
the-
just
Took
talked
you a
about,
year
obviously,
to do it,
sunscreen,
though.
so-
Well, yeah. Should I just go grab? You know what?
Yeah, might as well.
All right,
Okay,
let's
we'll
grab the
bring it
whole
out.
squad. Why does he walk so weird? He like kind of walk like Doofenshmirtz. Oh, Transformers 1 Starscream. He kind of walk like Doofenshmirtz.
This is actually the stage.
Sorry, that was funny.
Yeah.
Look at the rest.
No, you're mixing up. characters. It's okay.
Starscream!
So, again,
Yay!
Obviously understand how
What
much
is up
people
with this
love Transformers
face?
1
What?
as
Wait,
we
wait,
guys
what?
remember when we
What's
got
that
the
face
screen, we
expression?
were very nervous walking in, and then we walked out. I was like, oh my gosh.
But
this is amazing.
I'll pre-order this
We
guy
love
when I have
this.
money
And
next
fans are
month,
gonna love this.
if
So
I
obviously,
can.
Transformers 1 is
I
gonna
hope I
continue to
can.
be a lineup that we continue to flesh out.
Plus
of
also the
course,
Earthrise
as you
and
were just
Legacy
talking
and
about,
figures.
the Seekers,
Because like,
the
it was like
Seekers,
Thrust
Starscream here.
and Run Amok and
The
Nacelle.
High Guard from
The High Guard.
He's essentially the leader of the Fallen High Guard, which is a very
He's the
interesting
leader of the
story.
Fallen.
So yeah, worked with Kunihiro-san on
Let's
this
see,
figure.
pre-orders.
Obviously, if we're doing one Seeker, there will be other Seekers.
No, not you. I wanted to go
However,
to
The
pre-orders.
designers in the movie decided to make every Seeker unique, which is great for people who love the Seekers. As a
You
toy
people
designer,
hate
it's
it.
to just
Yeah, it's like
redecorate. A lot of
Earthrise
work.
Run Amok, Earthrise Stillbreaker, but I already got him. Earthrise Thrust,
So expect that at some point
Siege
in the
Omega
future.
Supreme,
So people
and
are
then
wondering just like, what's
also
going on with
Nacelle
Blaster.
from Legacy Evolution,
When Starscream transforms into his Tetrajet mode, they based it
Nova
very much off of,
Prime,
like,
and also
Bumblebee
the
movie
Back to the
design,
Future one. And
which
I
had-
only
which
need
was based off
Run
of,
Amok,
obviously, the original
Thrust,
Tetrajet from
and
the
Nacelle.
84 series. So we had like these kind of protrusions down here, and
That's what I need,
transformation was
so-
when we're trying to figure it out. Whereas like,
What's up
okay,
with
what
his
do we do?
face,
Oh,
dude?
okay,
His
well,
face
can
looks
pop out and
weird.
be a blaster.
That
Kunihiro
blaster looks
absolutely
weird as
brilliant.
well.
He was when he was digging into the weeds of this, he was like, okay, and then when we do this, this, and this, we can partial this later to make this. And it's like, yes, that's wonderful. That's lovely. Thank you. But yeah, made sure to get all his colors in there and like to kind of do the best that we could to reflect how we looked in the film. But yeah,
No, it looks awesome as you mentioned. More Seekers to come.
more
of
Seekers to
course.
come, of course.
And we will not be just doing pure redecos. We will be making sure that the sculpts match what you see in the film.
Yes.
Okay.
Evan will be doing.
They're
it.
so excited about it.
It makes it hard to get them all out at once.
Yes.
That's all. That's
Yes.
the issue.
Yeah. They have to partial.
So my
them
guess
out
is
and,
2027.
obviously we'll- full confidence these will look amazing and
With a reaction like
so-
that, I'm not expecting
Again, really
the
excited to get
Seekers
more.
next year.
Transformers 1, again,
Thundercracker
we
and
only have so many
Skyward.
slots per year, so we want to make sure that we have love for, of course, 86, Transformers 1, which was an accidental but really good segue into our next and last deluxe for the
How is that a
last wave
segue?
of
That's
the year.
Widowmaker. That was Widowmaker,
is
and
for
you
Big
talked
Verse.
about
It is.
86 and 1. So how does that...
Concept series.
Not
Concept
buying
is
this
one of
one,
my favorite things.
because she...
Behind
not
Projects
mine.
a lot.
I hate
It's-
concepts.
this
No,
is
I
where
don't
we're
hate
talking
it,
about
because
the
it
fans
makes
here.
me save
Please
money.
dive deep into why she looks this way, why she's a McLaren MP412C. Thank you.
Is it sponsored or some shit, something like that?
And it is a
Like-
fully licensed McLaren vehicle. Thank you very much to the McLaren team. They were incredible partners to work through this. I love the alt mode here.
I wouldn't mind if they
Please
read its
talk to
stinger,
us
though.
about color choice, the design choice, the history from the film, and then
Gotcha.
why this toy is the toy.
So, I guess I'm going to start with worked with Kunihiro-san at Takara Tomy on this. So, absolutely brilliant transformation. It's a lot of fun. So,
See, half an
Yeah,
hour
yeah,
to do
Transformers
all the
86
figures that were revealed.
it is known that this McLaren MP,
MP412C.
thank you,
This car.
it shows up in the film and is a KSI drone of some kind.
Yes.
But we never actually see what that robot mode looks like. And
What?
we had concept art for what was at the time called Widowmaker, which Widowmaker ended up then becoming Stinger in the film.
Yes.
So they changed designs, they changed direction, that happens. And we loved that concept art quite a bit, and we wanted to bring it into our toy line. So we were like, oh, well, let's just, well, she was obviously red in the concept art because that's what
Yeah,
Stinger's
glad you
colors
mentioned
were. So we're just like, oh, let's just color grade this. Oh, look, orange. Okay, yeah, it's close enough. And we think this turned out great.
Okay, I don't really care.
We gave her a little half cape on the back because
So the
it's
car
kind of the concept
appeared,
art
but we
showed
don't
as
know
well,
see
and it
what the
actually
car
just kind
turns
of fit
into.
really well as
Yeah,
a
that's not
perfect-
enough for me to
all
go
the
on
concept
and
art
buy this
showed her
thing.
leaning
I was almost
feminine
convinced,
and
but I'm not
not
doing
a
it.
lot of female Decepticon representation in live action, unless you.
They're
count,
not
like,
woke,
Austin,
sorry.
You know, you go
It's
into
an
the
easy
Bumblebee
joke
movie.
to make.
I don't know if they count.
The internet was a mistake.
Happy to get her out here, and I think she's a lot
Says
of
the
fun.
guy making content
Yeah, I
on the
wanna say,
internet like
yes,
it.
So we obviously
life
have concept
depends
art,
on it.
Concept art, Megatron from Bumblebee.
Yep.
Have we
We did
The
some
guns are
pretty
pretty
cool.
cool. I will say
some
that. The
pretty
guns
cool.
are really
We
cool.
just try to trickle them in.
Yeah, and so I mean, this I've seen fans share this concept art for years, and so that is now that we've started to dive into
I
the
haven't
concept art,
really
especially
seen this
with
concept
Bumblebee
art a
Megatron,
lot
seeing how
until
much you
this
guys
thing was
respond to
like
that video, and of
leaked
course,
back
that
in the
first 3
day,
minutes
like
of
last year I
Bumblebee
think,
is peak.
and everyone's shared off the
So,
concept art and it's
we'll
like they're never
continue,
turning that
as
thing
long
into a
as
car.
you all
That
still
figure is
welcome,
not gonna
we'll
look like
continue
that,
to
and I was
dive into
correct.
the vaults for concept art for not just live action, but also 86. Transformers 1, really everything.
Excuse me, what?
Really, it's just kind of a lot of untapped potential, and like, oh, why'd they cut this? But this guy recorded voice lines from 86, but why? I mean, I'm thinking of Inferno and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like, are you gonna make up characters for 86 for concept art?
So a lot more to come.
Because technically that
But this
figure
is,
would still
again,
count for the
you know,
G1 show.
representation
If I
is
buy
really
that
cool,
idiot,
and
if it's
just,
Inferno, you know?
I guess
super cool. Super
I know I said Decepticon, but she is technically a KSI drone.
Yeah,
but
she's
she
not a
does take over
Decepticon.
the Galvatron, so then it's a gray area. It turns into a gray area.
We're gonna call her
But
Decepticon,
yeah,
okay?
I
Let's
always
just
enjoy her.
make the gray area a
it just turned
little
out to
bit
be a really
more,
fun
I don't
video.
know, black
So
or
we do
white.
have a lot of orange representation just overall in Transformers.
The only thing comes to mind is like Huffer's got a decent amount.
Yeah,
of orange.
Huffer's got-
That's funny. I hadn't really thought about
I'm
that.
looking at my shelf for some orange.
Right in the comments.
There's some orange on Air Raid, Air Razor, what? Air Razor from Beast Wars.
Give us your engagement.
There's some orange in the
So,
RID 2015 show, so you got Drift and you got also the crab people guy.
1 p.m. Eastern today, everywhere.
He's not wrong though. There's not a lot of orange.
well,
First time. Oh yeah.
before that, do we want to do timelines real quick?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They are doing timelines in this video.
So,
I was
we
joking
obviously
about
have the
that.
First, what we call timelines, multi-pack. With
Yeah,
Optimus.
even though I read the comics,
and
I'm not gonna
Starscream,
buy
did
comic
that for a
figures.
few
And
months
also,
ago.
this whole
This
comic
has
book
been,
line was weird.
Kind of Evan's passion
'Cause, like,
project, taking
it was-
inspiration from other 90s toy lines,
Initially, it was
comic book
like,
characters
oh,
in all
what if
sorts
they
of
were
different
Steam
ages and
things?
times,
And then later on,
different,
IDW pulled it
modes,
into
so
its
we
own
really wanted to
continuity.
get
It was like, these are not
top
actually
characters and all
Optimus and
sorts of different
Starscream.
modes and
The,
bring a
you know,
freshness
this
to, of
Bumblebee
course,
is actually
these guys are
Centurion.
new.
And it's like,
So this
okay.
one is Megatron and Bumblebee.
So
We are
that
going to have
that
quantities
ruined everything
available
for
at
me
San
with this
Diego
comic book
Comic-Con
series.
this year.
It was a
This
fun
is
story,
month.
though.
Yeah, I know. And we'll have more details.
Everyone
on that
already has
with the
reviews out
pre-order
for
date
these
as well, but
guys.
these will be at San Diego Comic-Con. Wanted to make sure we show them off as the 2025 set. So Evan, take it away.
I don't really
This
care.
was always
Saves me
something that
money.
I've been
You know
trying
how
to get
much I
going
love
for
that.
A couple of years, actually.
Yeah.
It didn't actually start with this, but it was just kind of pulling from comic books and things like that, different representations of these characters and how they've shown up. And then someone was like, "Well, what about Hearts of Steel?" And it's like, yes.
Do you like trains, Evan?
Just a little, just a little bit. Once or twice, my parents might have said that if somebody wasn't a train, I didn't love them. Yeah.
I'm not sure that's changed.
No, probably not. But yeah, just these are fantastic designs. We're happy to finally get them out there.
The figures
fans
look
are
good.
Super into them. Hopefully, we can dig more into this.
I've seen, like,
universe
the
because
that
there
toy
are
guy
some
review of
fantastic
this
other
set.
character designs that show up.
Shockwave.
Yeah, everybody brings in
Everybody
Shockwave.
brings in
But I'm
Shockwave.
not gonna buy
Yeah,
these
we're hoping to get
figures.
them out there, as you said, Megatron, Bumblebee available first time.
I don't actually know who appeared in that comic book.
Comic-Con, these two,
Wait.
Optimus and Starscream are available for pre-order right
You
now.
call the other two
It's
first, but
Pulse
like
exclusive.
this set is
It's on
already
San Diego,
out.
but
What?
It's not our San Diego
Wait.
Comic-Con exclusive. That's the Void Rivals pack, which you
I
guys
also
have
saw
already
like
seen.
a rumor about like a PulseCon exclusive
really excited
being
about this one.
Nemesis
How
Armada
did
Prime.
you land on Hearts of Steel? And then second, do you think we should do another age of something for 26?
I mean, we are.
Cheesy question, but
What kind of stupid question is that? You plan? You
What
should
can
say
I tell them about
2027 will
26?
work
What am I
better.
allowed to tell them about 26? I guess, hey, it's coming. It's going to be the same 4 characters again, but in a different theme.
Yeah.
What?
I do want to say that these 4 were
Oh.
done by Kojima-san. I just wanted to make sure to get
So
that
you're
out
just
there.
gonna wait? What?
Over
Wait,
at
what are
Studio
you
Serie,
gonna
which
do
is
next
Fantastic, of course.
here then?
Are always fantastic.
I love the Megatron.
Yeah, the
In the
Megatron
Ice
turned out great.
Age. I don't know.
Um,
I don't know why that was the
and
first thing
also-
that came
but
into my
yes, we will
mind.
be
I need to
continuing
think
to
about
dig into
Assassin's Creed.
universes. I will say next
get,
year's
like,
theme is actually a little bit more original.
I was just gonna say that. So obviously
Cool.
we have
So,
the
skip
comic
next
books
year
that
as well.
you were
Gotcha.
referencing off of and some of the story
For me,
that
that's a skip
matches
too.
these.
These figures look
Next
great
set
though.
of
If you
figures,
want them, I
yes,
would
more
recommend
timelines
them in the
coming.
sense from what I see
it'll
here,
be
but I'm not gonna
similar,
get
another
them.
multi-pack
I
Optimus
live in.
Starscream,
I don't
another
have a
multi-pack
big
of
house.
Megatron
I am not
Bumblebee.
rich.
Would love to hear
I have
what you
limited
think about
storage
these,
space and
then
I
would
have
love to hear,
limited
like, oh my gosh,
money.
If you're gonna do this, you should do Age of fill in the blank.
The primes.
Actually be fun to tell us what themes you think would be fun to do.
Because this is really like white space
I don't know.
lore that for 26 you're creating, which
Yes.
I know that.
What
you
if
guys love
Optimus Prime turned
new
into a
forms, new
horse,
stories,
cowboy
which I think is a
style?
huge part of why
We
Age
gotta
of
go
Empires is doing so
cowboy
well.
style,
Obviously,
boys.
Mark's designs are insane.
Cowboy
but it's
theme.
Also just adding lore to a lot of things like, this is my favorite theory. This is my favorite. And then like Mark is really kind of putting flesh to the bone on this is what Onyx Prime looks like. This is what Micronus Prime. So this is, I love what you
Micronus Prime looks like his
So more
incarnation in
follow on those, as
RID,
mentioned.
which might actually
We'll go
mean that I
pre-order right
may
now, and then these will
no.
be on site SAU Comic Con, and then we'll give you
I don't
further
think I will.
details on when the actual
Because it's not that version of Micronus Prime.
Sounds good to me. So
I love the packaging.
Now about those
Packaging
gray
is awesome.
bad boys.
I've started to see
Packaging
people
looks
getting
good too.
these, at their houses,
But, like,
the first
about the
multi-pack,
gray
so I
ones.
Really appreciate the packaging. Again, Amy.
no, this was Mario.
Oh gosh,
Amy does
it
the
is
next
Mario.
one. So this was Mario.
It's a meme. I was immediately thinking about, wait, you're gonna do a Nintendo collab? Because he said Mario.
Yes, it's gonna blow people's minds.
Thinking Nintendo collab, that's next year.
Yeah.
What if Optimus Prime turns into a pipe?
And I think potentially the
Starscream will be a
highlight of the fan
Goomba.
stream is what we've got next.
Yes, I think so as well.
So this is something new. Again, I'll say this is kind of coming off of the learning on being late on Megatron, mea culpa. But this one,
What?
we are going to show you, as I mentioned earlier, the very first looks at 2026 Studio Series.
Ooh, excited. It's Arachnid.
People's like biggest requests, Arachnid.
Oh my god.
Gosh, I didn't realize how tall she was.
Well, she's a deluxe, and I know I'm gonna get comment flame for that. Make her a deluxe, but I'm sorry. At the time when we were developing her, from the height chart, that made the most sense. But now when we watch the movie, I don't know if they're angling her to look a little bit bigger, but it made sense. at
Oh,
the
so
time.
she's smaller
That's how I'm gonna board
than
it.
maybe
But, I
she's
mean,
supposed to be.
Thin,
Yeah.
but she's significant. Like I think if you had
Thin shaming.
you give me your best bet. I
This thing actually doesn't look that bad. I like the jet mode though.
Plus, let me grab.
It's got a
actually,
spinny thing?
Star screen. Yep. They give a obviously want to always show the scale we can within universes. Or I'll let you.
Yeah, it's okay. But
She's
working with the
it's really
GS
small,
Rapid,
kind of.
We wanted to make sure to get her.
Oh,
out
no,
there.
wait, no.
She
It was,
has
angle was
movable
wrong.
legs that are on ball joints, so
Okay.
they can manipulate and go all around. And
I mean,
that's what you
obviously,
see.
this is a purchase.
These are great
Character
models.
appeared in
Yes.
movie and all. That is how I
For
collect.
2026, we're kind of giving you a sneak peek. This is
Ooh.
essentially our first kind of prototype that we make.
This
and we also,
curiosity
like,
thing.
release instructions
Oh my
on
god.
these models. We wanted to bring them in and just show them off instead.
I
of
want to
just
go back
dropping
to
them in.
Iron Fist, which I don't think anyone has ever said in their
And I have
life
to
before,
say,
but
the wizardry that Ajima-san worked to make this.
that
happen.
sculpt looks good too.
People who have been watching our streams, there was a joke I made about going back and forth with, it's gotta be a voyage.
Stop playing with it.
Get it to deluxe. This was her. That was where that interaction was coming from.
I don't really care.
She somehow still has a moving propeller, even though her legs merge together to kind of form that in the back. We did sort
How,
of have to make
though?
up her legs a little bit. In the movie, she just has, I almost want to call those the prosthetic legs where it's like a flexible material. She doesn't have a heel. For a toy, we had to give her a heel so that she can support herself.
Understandable.
Yeah, she ended up being a fantastic figure. She ends up having butterfly articulation just because of the way that
What?
she transforms. So she has a bit of
Butterfly
extra
joins on a
flexibility in the arms.
deluxe?
Yeah.
Most
obviously,
leaders
the gray
don't even
model
get
suit is a
that
little
kind
bit
of
loose. The
treatment.
joints will be tighter in the end.
She
Yeah, I hope you all.
reminds me
enjoyed this little
of the
sneak peek
dramatic
of what's
after series
going on here.
Megatron that I have. Floppy little.
I remember seeing
No,
her
can't say that
on
here.
screen for the first time. Like, that's a character we should absolutely.
That jet
do.
mode
I
actually
just
doesn't
don't
look too
know
bad.
how
Just
it's
imagine
possible,
this
and
thing
then
being
obviously
black.
you and the engineers
'Cause that's
figured it
basically-
out,
maybe
and
with
it's
some purple.
incredible,
I don't know,
especially
I'm-
the deluxe scale. Like,
Oh, it's all
I'm thinking about like the
deserved.
Prime.
He figured this out.
Transformers
we went
Prime
back and forth
design.
a bit, but he had all the answers.
yeah, of course, as they always do.
Yeah. as
Ah,
the-
I need to record a Transformers Prime
but yeah,
review, at least
so
one for
first
this
look at
year.
Arachnid, and obviously
For
no
November.
pre-orders today.
Nope, this is just the first peek of 2026. Again, we want you to get the first looks from us.
Yes.
So
Yes, we do.
we're
Yeah, that's
trying
not
to
gonna happen.
improve and listening to your comments and responding to. Like,
First
again,
look
we
from
want-
you guys,
we don't
dude.
want theories,
This
we
gets
want you guys to
leaked
know, oh, no, I know
instantly.
exactly what Arachnid is going to be because I saw it on the fan stream, and it is a deluxe scale, and the drone does spin and all those things. So, yeah, this is awesome. But
And then I guess
we have
we have one more that we're
one more.
One more! Ooh,
great
another one!
model show, although
Who is
this
it?
well, it's gonna be
Great.
a Red Model and an ET1.
I can't think of anyone.
Which I
I can't.
Oh
Shockwave.
my gosh, I kind of want him in
Shockwave.
colors.
Yeah.
So of course,
Alpha
this is
Trion!
Alpha Trion. Again, this is also from Transformers 1. Take it away, Evan.
Yep. So this is a Voyager, also done by Ajima-san. Give me one moment while I
Uno momento, por
get him
favor.
to stand up because it's a gray model. There we go.
You should just plug
so,
something up his
obviously,
booty
the
inside of the
Wise
bus
teacher
in order to be
also
able to
has
have
to
him stand.
Maybe
You know,
make
a
it to
stand.
the end of the film. Spoiler alert.
R.I.P. the boy. Legend
So he
himself.
gives everybody their cogs. We wanted to make sure to get him in there.
He gives everyone their
cogs. So that's why he's on the scale. He turns into a unicorn, which is very interesting.
Oh my God.
And has
Oh,
some
God, I'm
history of
crying.
Transformers as a redeco and a bunch of weirdness there.
He just says that like it's nothing.
He does have the sculpted battle damage and the rust and the grime and the kind of like the broken down aspects that you see him in when he is brought back to life in the film.
I'll show the back where you can really see some of the details you put on there.
That was one of the like design flourishes that we wanted to make sure to bring in.
Well, this explains why this is an hour long.
Design main toy, which was just done.
He looks good, you know. I mean, I have to wait to see him in colors, but like he looks good. And obviously a purchase.
He will have an opening jaw,
As
all
was
that fun
stated,
stuff.
he's in the
We
movie,
did have to turn
giving
it
everyone
into a tail
cocks.
into like a whip for him. which was something to do. Yeah, exactly. It's a nice figure.
No, it's great. And again, gray model, EP1.
Gray model EP1.
Colors will match film, don't worry. But again, in the spirit
Technically,
of transparency and giving you
since
guys
he's
first
dead
looks,
in the movie,
again,
you could
so,
give him
yeah,
the
just
gray
first
model
week into
and
the
just
first Voyager
he's
for
dead now.
2026. Of course, pre-order details.
I would
follow
like
in
to
the future,
learn
but,
something about
we're
like
gonna
a
start-
Pulsecon
if you
exclusive. I
guys
saw
like it,
something about that
would
online, but I
strongly
don't want to
suggest
go
you
online for
do.
spoilers about this
We'll
stream.
continue to show off more of these early models, even if it's not just for pre-orders, just to give you an early look, and just kind of see what Evan's cooking up.
Good,
And
good.
and everybody else.
And Mark and everybody, just give you these kind of first peeks. So hopefully you guys really appreciate.
And you
this.
know
Let's
how
move
much I
on
love
to
peeking.
great
That's why I'm
models
not
we
allowed
have.
to
Well,
gym
for
anymore.
today,
Yeah, we're gonna pace.
I'm
things
banned
out.
from the
Yes,
women's gym
as we
because
do
the
more
fact
streams
that I
in the
love
future,
peeking
we'll
too much.
reveal more. We're not gonna reveal everything in 2026 just yet.
And we still got
I mean, you
some
could.
for
That way you could
Comic-Con
easily
Month,
beat the
so there'll be
leakers
some
if you
more
just
news,
drop
especially
everything.
2026 product, and exclusives at.
So is this first
Comic-Con.
wave or not?
And then something else.
Because like
kinda
first
new,
wave is
I
still
think.
gonna. What?
Again, we did our fan stream a couple weeks ago with Mark on Age of the Primes.
Yay.
And I asked you specifically to please comment on our Commander price point. Really appreciate all the comments. All sorts of different things.
Okay.
I think one of the biggest things that I took away from it was, please, more combiners, which no
Well,
surprise
yeah.
there. The two that I saw in a not
Defensor and Computron.
I just kind of looked at the comments and
Defensor
like,
and
the names that
Computron,
kept popping up,
Predaking and Abominus, and
Defensor and Predaking seem to be. and
Oh my
there's
God.
also Real Racer love.
I want
There was all
yes.
sorts of love out there, but
So all
those
eras.
Defensor
really
next.
seemed like Defensor and Predaking seem to be the top two. Thoughts on those?
Everybody likes the Protectobots.
Yes.
I do. I love the Protectobots. My favorite Autobot combiner.
It's interesting because we have Bruticus coming. I guess the Protectobots and Bruticus are kind of like the
Linked,
opposing forces there, so that makes a lot of sense.
just
I love
like
them.
Superion and Menasor in a
My
way.
favorite combiner when I was a kid was the Technobots. Yeah, because I told
Nerd!
you before this,
Sorry.
my
But, like, I want
online
Computron
handle
as
when I was
well.
a kid was Computron on like
Yes,
a lot
I
of
love
like
that. I'm
online
glad you
games.
shared that.
I want that one.
Yeah, no,
Make
it's one of
it.
those things. Because then you hear like voice chat and people are like Computron, like they didn't know how to say the name, but it's like oh, you uncultured swine.
Why doesn't anybody understand me?
Yeah. Rail Racer would be amazing. Those would
Start
each
swinging the
piece would
belt.
Be a Titan, because he is monstrous.
Yes.
But that would be a lot of fun. Predaking is also huge. Obviously,
Aren't they all
that
huge?
would be awesome.
Yeah, because what was like 5-6 years ago was the last time we did Predaking? Maybe even longer ago.
He was a Titan box
Combiner
set
Wars.
back in the day.
Just like Devastator.
They made him like just as big as Devastator, maybe a little bit bigger. But yeah, he would be very fun to do. Obviously, there will be more combiners coming.
More to come.
Yay!
I don't know if we can confirm or deny other than Bruticus. But going
With
forward,
Vortex.
please expect more combiners.
Yes.
Yay!
absolutely. So again, appreciate
I
your
like
comments and
combiners.
feedback.
I know people hate the whole
People talk
skeleton,
about-
but
I made the comment, which I'm honestly quoting you and Mark, where we don't ever like to leave a collection incomplete.
Yep.
So if we do one seeker, we want to do it, of course.
Yeah.
As I mentioned before, we
do
only
you
have so
mean?
many slots, so much tooling per year, and we do our best to do kind of.
What do you mean,
in-speak
seeker-wise?
mile wide on the fandoms, recognizing that really kind of every content for Strange Wars is somebody's G1, whether it's Beast Wars, obviously G1,
Prime.
G1.
Sorry.
New
No, wait,
Transformers
actually, Armada.
I think a really new generation.
Armada is
is-
technically
and
my
everyone's really
G1
extra
because
cool.
I
So
grew up
Rise of
watching
Beast 2
Armada.
movie year, So hopefully,
It's not Prime, obviously.
So talking about collections, two names that come out very often that I see pretty regularly, especially when it comes to these things, because someone called me out, was like, Nate says he's going to complete every collection, but what about...
Wait, no, you're not.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's stuck on skits and mud flap!
Through
I think that's more of an eventuality. Right now, not.
Dang
so much.
you!
We bring it up every once in a while, and we put feelers out, like with like our greater team.
Yep.
And we're trying to see like what everybody's feeling, and every once in a while, it's just like, no, not yet. I'll never say never on this, though.
Absolutely.
Why not?
I think it is an eventuality. I think we will get there eventually.
I mean, if you
just
do it
not right
now, you're rid of it in that
You
sense.
said that very well, because this is different than the discussion on Megatron
It
between
is.
Blaster and tank mode, because that is a legal thing.
Yeah.
There's no gray area there. We just
I love skits and mud flap. I want to see them.
These guys is more. How did you describe it earlier? You said it was like an emotional thing.
Oh, no.
So we know there's strong opinions on
Yeah.
just make the stinking collection, and there's others people like no. But to wrap that up, for now there are no plans. That is not a never.
Yeah.
We are fully. I think the biggest thing is we fully aware that those are two gaping holes in the collection.
Giant holes, by the way.
Hopefully a potentiality, but we'll see.
I don't even need the Dark of the Moon
deck
deco. Just give me, like, ice cream and the other
across
one.
The team.
It's not just us. It's also Tara and everybody else asking. Like, so it's an eventuality. It will happen eventually. Yeah, we hope.
So it will happen. It's just not gonna happen anytime soon because there are a lot of babies who still keep crying about the racism. It's the okay, sure.
Okay.
Monstructor.
Oh.
But
I think fans realize that the pieces are out there. Yeah, I used those molds a couple times, but maybe he's coming, and maybe I promise you, he won't be dinosaurs.
Yes.
That's how I'll put that.
So yeah.
I'm
so
sorry, but like
stay
when
tuned
I
on
watched Revenge of the
Monstructor.
Fallen, I never thought about skits and mudflap being like, oh yeah, these are obviously black people. That is obviously what they were going for.
We do read it. We definitely care about what you guys think and how we're doing, how the toys are doing, and of course.
How you guys doing? You know, I truly care. I mean, you guys make the figures, so yeah.
Probably not ever.
I actually
but
don't
these
care
are
about
our
what you
things.
guys are
This
doing.
is
You
my
should be
first
doing good.
Fan poll question.
Yeah.
This is.
do it.
I stop by Evan's desk on a daily basis to just talk shop.
So
and
skits and
throw ideas
mudflap
out
are
and just
coming.
talk
It's
about
just
what we're
gonna be
doing
at the
for years
200-year
and
anniversary of
designs
Revenge of the
and
Fallen.
whatnot, which Evan is amazing to work with.
It's
as
not
you
gonna
guys
happen
know,
while Evan
especially
works
those who
there.
know.
It's just going to happen at some point.
Junk is in there sometimes. Everybody has to like crawl and shuffle in, and it's like, yeah, I know, I live here.
If only you didn't have so much secret stuff in there, I would love to like, give
Yeah.
a cribs tour of your desk. But let's get to the
One room you've ever seen.
yeah. So here is the question.
Okay.
I have asked this to Evan. We've had this discussion. I'm not going to clue you into who's on which side. You're probably going to know it. But here is the question, and this is about as short as I could get it. So, do you want to see toys of characters from Season 1 and 2 of the G1 cartoon that did not appear in the 86 movie in the Studio Series 86 segment?
Sure.
Is that too weird? Is that blasphemous? Is that
Why not just
awesome?
make an
Yes,
84
please, because
segment?
These guys were in the world, and I'm not talking concept art like Inferno, where he's literally in the credits. I'm talking about
Like,
Well, yeah, we've had this conversation many times.
why not
because
just make
obviously
Studio
there are
Series
conversions of
84
scripts,
then?
There are storyboards that show different characters and with scenes that got cut. And
Uh-huh.
it always turned out to be a what is okay to show in Studio Series and label it Studio Series.
I mean,
So,
I don't know.
That's why we're reaching.
It depends on what they're gonna do. Cause are they gonna redo figures or are they just gonna re-release the Earthrise figures?
that's my hunch.
Because we've gotten a lot of
And
Earthrise
we-
figures.
Please answer the questions. Just simple yes or no. We will certainly put that in
Sure.
our ticket as far as what
I
we have
wouldn't
plans in
mind
the future.
necessarily,
As I
but,
mentioned,
like-
we're knee deep in 2027
But
planning
also,
right
I would
now.
mind. No. I'm going with a no because the fact that would once again take away from the Bayverse, and that way we'll never get the skits and mudflap.
Yeah, that's a good number to put there. I know people have quoted a slightly right and wrong about saying we'll be done with 86 in 2026, and it's like, well, we'll just be reaching the bottom of the barrel.
Yes.
Like that's
there
will be more.
for crying
There's
out loud.
always more. I can mine.
I know.
Go deeper. There's no bottom.
This one animation cell, this one interview back in 1986 that someone said, I recorded lines, but I got cut.
This one animation error.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a repaint of Sideswipe, but now he has a black mark on his side.
But that's
on the roof of the car.
yeah, that's the whole stream. So again,
Oh, that's it?
1 p.m. Eastern today. All the Studio Series.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I would feel about that because, like, I don't know what that means. Like, are you guys then gonna, like, it depends for me. If you guys are gonna redo stuff from Earthrise and stuff like that, then sure. But if you're gonna remake everything, it would, I don't know, man. I feel like it would just take away from, like, the other stuff. You're already doing Gamer, and you're not even releasing a new mold this year. By the way, where's the Autobot Soldier guy? Was that idiot supposed to come out this year?
Comic-Con, come by and say hi.
Yeah.
We'll both be there. So
Dude, I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm curious.
Yeah, it would just be great to talk to you guys about Transformers.
Transformers.
Okay.
Studio.
The next time you'll hear from us is at the Comic-Con in a little over a month.
2025
We're
leak.
excited.
Let's see what we got here.
If you're in the area, please come and talk to either one of us. I'm sure Mark and Evan are way cooler than me. So whoever you want to talk to, we'll be there. We'll have the panel as well, like we did last
Yeah,
year, where we have
like
all sorts of
apparently it was
reviews,
supposed to be an
lots of
Autobot
models,
Soldier that was gonna come out this year. Gamer Edition Autobot Soldier. But anyway, the Gamer Edition this year is just nothing but repaints, no new molds. You also have Transformers 1, you got Transformers movies, and you got like, it's just like, it feels like it's too much if you do that.
We'll see you later. Thanks.
I'm gonna get copyrighted because of the song, yay, the Transformers, yay, woo! But like, I don't know what I feel about like the whole 86 thing. No chat, right, forgot about that one. Oopsie. No, not gonna let you end because you're gonna go into an ad. But like, as you can see, give me a second here we go. As you can see, I'm busy with Iron Fist Season 2 video right now. Very busy, actually. Yesterday, I actually finished up Luke Cage Season 2, and I've already done Jessica Jones Season 2. I've been working really hard on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but like I said before, I have gotten my hands on a box that contains Legacy United's Final Wave. It's 4 figures. It is the Galaxy Shuttle, I think his name was, Armada, Wheeljack, we got Ramjet, and we got Cosmos. Those are in the box. I'm not gonna do the open box yet because, like I said before, I don't know if I can show this to you guys. I'll be right back. Let's see if I can. I'll show it. Here we are. Look at this. Here it is. Here is the review set for the Devastator videos. As you can see, they are all coming out over the course of July. Everything has been recorded, edited, and planned upload, obviously. All these figures are coming out starting on June 28th, as you can see right here. So I am not in need of Transformers reviews until the 26th of July. Until after that, then I need figures. My hope is that I can, by the end of July, maybe July 22nd, maybe when Scrapper goes up, I will be able to do the final MCU review for the quote-unquote Infinity Saga, that being Loki. And then I am planning on doing the open box and also doing the reviews for all those figures that will come out later on. But this is basically it. The stuff that is coming out soon. I worked really hard on this. It took me hours to get this done, as you can see, almost an hour video here. But that's also combining the guy. It's 42 minutes to combine him, dude. But like, it took me a lot to really get these videos done. I did my best with them. These are the best videos, obviously, that I can produce. And this is why I do not need videos. So that's why I'm waiting and letting the packages that I get, like, just basically stack so that I can get that later on done. More towards the end of July. So that is what I am planning. However, I now have to once again be right back because of the fact I wanted to show something else off. Here we are. TF Hype Guy. Here he is. The legend himself. Alright, let's see here. Studio Series 84 confirmed. We will never be free. Prepare for lots more G1. Oh, that's because of the fact that everyone was like, heck yeah, roll them out. Okay. Oh, they actually had like a thing on the side. I was finally happy. 86 was it. But now they're doing more G1. He's going insane. I understand that whole going insane stuff. But like, let's see here. This is all the stuff that was revealed. Okay, the blue leg stuff. Let's see here. It wasn't that long. Here we go. This one. Apparently, Armada Nemesis Prime has been confirmed for like PulseCon potentially coming out this year. So I'm actually excited about this. Not this specifically, but the other one. The not assembled one, you know, just the Optimus Prime, not the Super Optimus Prime or just Nemesis Prime version. I am actually excited about this because of the fact that Nemesis Prime actually appeared in Armada in that one episode. But this is the only other figure that's out there. So that's it. We're done. I do not need to talk about anything else other than the fact that I actually did pre-order the Dramatic Capture Series set for Thundercracker with the other 3 idiots. Reflector, I think his name was. And also, I pre-ordered all of Age of Primes. And that is why I have no more money this month for Studio Series. So once I get money, I will instantly pre-order the Studio Series figure. So don't worry about that. That is coming. Just like a bunch of Marvel Cinematic Universe reviews. Just like a bunch of other stuff. And also, I'm not going to do episode talks for Ironheart, for anyone wondering about that one, because I did that for Daredevil Born Again. Now, the difference is, I was excited about Daredevil Born Again. I don't care about Ironheart. However, the reason that I'm doing that I'm not doing it is because of the fact that Ironheart comes out 3/3, which kind of makes me think it's already terrible because of the way that they are releasing it. They want to get this shit out. Like, they don't care. It's garbage. Just get it out there. But, like, I am going to be doing a review and spoiler talk for Ironheart next week on Thursday. So to anyone who wants to see that comes out then. And I'm not going to do episode talks because of the fact that they are releasing it in 3 episodes at a time. So I'll probably work on that next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll get the video done because for you guys, it might release on a Tuesday, but today it is Tuesday and it's not out. Ironheart has yet to be released, but it's already 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. Now, you can't see that because of the bottom being all cut out, but it is still true. It is almost 7 p.m. on a Tuesday right now, and Ironheart still isn't out yet. From here in the Netherlands, it comes out on a Wednesday. So I'll probably do the first 3 episodes next week on Tuesday, and then I'll record on Wednesday the other 3 episodes, edit it together with the spoiler talk, do my review of the show, and then get that out on a Thursday. That is at least the plan that I have. But that is it. Exciting stuff. Very excited about Megatron. Really excited about that guy. Cannot be more excited. I would love to get my hands on Devastator, but as I saw with the Lido one, I do not even know if that's going to happen this year. And if they actually will reveal this guy, which I don't even know when PulseCon is, but I would also be excited about that one. I don't really care if they add G1 to Studio Series. I mean, I've kind of given up on having any hope that they will ever do anything that we like, but still. Because I just want more Bayverse figures, because that is why I collect Studio Series mainly. And also, now with Gamer, I want more Gamer Edition figures. And it's like, nah, here's some more G1. It's like, okay, you know, I've accepted it. They're always going to give us G1. And, yeah, I'm excited about a lot of stuff that's coming out. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought about this whole stream in the comment section down below. And tell me what you guys are the most excited about. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new. If not, sorry, turn on notifications. Don't forget, check out the Let's Play channel, link in the description and at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys this Saturday when we got the official release of Devastator Part 1 with Skipjack, I think it actually was. And also, stay tuned for tomorrow. I have to look that up because tomorrow is the review and spoiler talk of Daredevil Season 2. Very excited. Took me also a lot of work. I've actually figured out a way to make the videos a little bit faster, thanks to a little tool that I have. Don't worry, it's not necessarily AI. It's just a silence remover for these reviews and spoiler talks, so that allows me to make them faster without really losing any quality or anything like that, if there even is quality in them. But tomorrow, Daredevil Season 2, starting Saturday, and until the 26th of July, there's gonna be every Tuesday and Saturday a Devastator review, and I'll see you guys for all of that. Bye!